up and cry in my bedroom after I had dumped you a week prior.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Hollywood can love you today and completely erase you tomorrow. And the stories you're about to hear will shock you. We're talking about 30 Hollywood actors who went from household names to being quietly pushed out of the industry. Some were caught in messy controversies, others simply spoke up, and Hollywood shut the door on them. Stick with me till the end, because the reasons behind these blacklists will leave you speechless. Come along. Number 30. Will Smith. Will Smith's career took a dramatic turn at the 2022 Academy Awards when an unplanned moment of rage changed his professional trajectory overnight. During the 94th Academy Awards on March 27, 2022, Will Smith shocked audiences worldwide when he walked on stage and slapped presenter Chris Rock. The incident occurred after Rock made a joke comparing Jada Pinkett Smith's shaved head, a result of her alopecia condition, to the character G.I. After striking Rock, Smith returned to his seat and twice shouted profanities at the comedian, who briefly responded before continuing with his presentation. On April 8, 2022, the Academy announced unprecedented disciplinary action. The Board of Governors voted to ban Smith from attending all Academy events, including the Oscars, for 10 years. This followed Smith's resignation from the Academy on April 1st. Hollywood can make you a star overnight, but sometimes it only takes one misstep to vanish into obscurity. These 30 actors once ruled the screens, adored by millions, and yet something happened. One scandal, one rumor, one industry feud, and suddenly the doors closed. Curious? Stick around as we explore who made it onto this infamous list, why they were blacklisted, and where they are today. Some stories will shock you, others will break your heart. Number 29. Kevin Spacey. Kevin Spacey's rapid fall from Hollywood royalty began in 2017, transforming him from an acclaimed actor to an industry outcast virtually overnight. The downward spiral started when actor Anthony Rapp accused Spacey of making advances toward him in 1986, when Rapp was just 14 and Spacey was 26. This revelation opened the floodgates, with 15 others subsequently coming forward with similar allegations. Among the accusers were crew members from House of Cards, who reported inappropriate behavior and alleged groping. Eventually, an independent investigation at the Old Vic Theatre uncovered 20 additional claims of misconduct. Consequently, Netflix severed ties with Spacey on November 3, 2017. The streaming giant halted production on the 6th season of House of Cards, rewrote the script to remove Spacey's character, and shortened it from 13 to 8 episodes. Number 28. Amber Heard. The unprecedented public spectacle of Amber Heard's legal battle with Johnny Depp resulted in one of Hollywood's most dramatic career implosions in recent memory. In 2019, Depp sued Heard for $50 million over her 2018 Washington Post op-ed in which she described herself as a victim of domestic abuse without naming him. After a 6-week televised trial that captivated global audiences, a Virginia jury awarded Depp over $10 million in damages in June 2022. Alongside the legal proceedings, an unprecedented online campaign targeted Heard. Over 4.4 million people signed a Change.org petition, demanding Warner Brothers remove her from Aquaman 2. The petition claimed she had been exposed as a domestic mistreater. Following the trial, Heard retreated from public view, relocating to Spain with her daughter, Una. Number 27. Shia LaBeouf. Once celebrated as a talented young actor, Shia LaBeouf's career collapsed under the weight of personal demons and serious allegations that ultimately led to his industry exile. LaBeouf's pattern of disturbing behavior began long before his recent blacklisting. Throughout his career, he accumulated multiple arrests for disorderly conduct, drunk driving, and assault charges. The most damaging blow to LaBeouf's career came in December 2020, when musician FKA Twigs' Tahilia Barnett filed a lawsuit accusing him of battery and infliction of emotional distress. His legal team later denied, generally and specifically, each and every allegation. After years of legal maneuvering, the case was settled out of court in July 2025. As a result of these allegations, LaBeouf's Hollywood career crumbled rapidly. By 2021, he had parted ways with his talent agency, CAA. Number 26. Jim Caviezel. Unlike many blacklisted actors who faced consequences for misconduct, Jim Caviezel's Hollywood exile stemmed from an unexpected source, portraying Jesus Christ. When Mel Gibson first offered Caviezel the role of Jesus in The Passion of the Christ, he explicitly warned the actor, "If you do this movie, you may never work in this town again." Undoubtedly prophetic, as Caviezel later admitted, "As soon as I did The Passion, other film offers stopped coming in." The film ultimately grossed over $600 million worldwide, becoming the highest-grossing religious film ever. The film triggered significant backlash, with some critics accusing it of anti-Semitism. Forthwith, Caviezel became a polarizing figure in Hollywood, yet he remained steadfast. "I'm a big boy, and I'm not going to play a victim." Number 25. Megan Fox. Megan Fox's Hollywood journey took a sharp detour following her candid criticism of powerful directors, which ultimately led to her industry exile. In a controversial 2009 Wonderland magazine interview, Fox compared director Michael Bay to Hitler, stating he wants to create this insane, infamous madman reputation. The fallout was swift. Executive producer Steven Spielberg reportedly demanded Fox's immediate dismissal after her Hitler comparison. Officially replaced by Rosie Huntington-Whiteley, Fox's representatives maintained she chose not to return. Currently, Fox is experiencing a career renaissance. After suffering what she described as a psychological breakdown from constant objectification, she has returned to prominent roles. Number 24. Brendan Fraser. In 2003, a brief encounter at the Beverly Hills Hotel permanently altered Brendan Fraser's Hollywood trajectory. During an HFPA luncheon, then-President Philip Burke allegedly groped Fraser inappropriately, an incident Burke later dismissed as a total fabrication. After the alleged misconduct, Fraser questioned whether he had been blacklisted by the powerful organization. "I don't know if this curried disfavor with the group, with the HFPA, but the silence was deafening," Fraser revealed in a 2018 GQ interview. This experience left him feeling depressed and reclusive, causing him to blame himself. Alongside the psychological impact, Fraser endured severe physical tolls from his action roles. Over 7 years, he underwent multiple surgeries including a laminectomy, vocal cord repair, and partial knee replacement. His personal life unraveled simultaneously. He divorced Afton Smith in 2007 and lost his mother in 2016. Number 23. Mo'Nique. Oscar-winning actress Mo'Nique stands out among blacklisted Hollywood figures for her outspoken challenges to industry power structures and pay inequality. After winning an Academy Award for Precious in 2010, Mo'Nique's relationship with the film's producers deteriorated rapidly. She publicly accused both Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry of orchestrating a behind-the-scenes campaign against her because she refused to promote the film internationally without compensation. In numerous interviews, she claimed these powerful figures used their influence to label her difficult throughout the industry. Throughout her exile, Mo'Nique transformed personal grievance into broader advocacy. Today, she continues speaking against pay disparities faced by Black women in entertainment. Have you ever wondered why some actors just disappear from Hollywood? No new films, no interviews, no red carpets, nothing. It's not always luck or choice. Often, it's a career-ending blacklist. Today, we're diving deep into 30 actors whose stardom came to an abrupt halt. the reasons behind it, and what they're doing now. You won't believe some of the twists their lives took. Keep watching till the end. Number 22. Russell Brand. Russell Brand's rise to fame came through his provocative style on shows like Big Brother's Big Mouth. His distinctive blend of charisma and humorous vulgarity made him a cultural fixture in mid-2000s Britain. Throughout his career, Brand created numerous scandals through inflammatory statements. At the 2008 MTV Video Music Awards, he called then-President George Bush a retarded cowboy. That same year, his Saxgate controversy erupted after he made inappropriate prank calls to actor Andrew Sachs, resulting in Brand's resignation from BBC. Following sexual mistreatment allegations against Brand in September 2023, industry reactions were swift. His management company, Tavistock Wood, terminated their relationship, stating they were horribly misled by him. Studios distanced themselves as the BBC, and with industry analysts noting he had sacrificed much of his mainstream appeal through his pivot to conspiracy content. Number 21. Charlie Sheen. Once the highest-paid actor on television, Charlie Sheen's dramatic industry expulsion resulted from his own destructive behavior. In March 2011, CBS and Warner Brothers officially terminated Sheen from 2.5 Men after he publicly insulted creator Chuck Lorre, calling him a clown and a turd. This followed production shutdowns when Sheen entered his third rehabilitation attempt. In the aftermath, Sheen gave several infamous interviews where he claimed to have tiger blood and Adonis DNA. Following his meltdown, Sheen starred in FX's Anger Management, 2012 to 2014. His 2011 Comedy Central roast attracted 6.4 million viewers. Today, Sheen has achieved almost 6 years of sobriety and expresses regret about his past behavior, calling it desperately juvenile. Number 20. Katherine Heigl. In 2008, Katherine Heigl criticized her breakout film Knocked Up in a Vanity Fair interview, calling it a little sexist for portraying women as shrews, as humorless and uptight, while depicting men as lovable, goofy, fun-loving guys. Her comments generated widespread media reaction. Certainly, both director Judd Apatow and co-star Seth Rogen expressed displeasure, with Rogen stating he felt betrayed by her remarks. First, she attempted to clarify in People magazine that she only meant to encourage women not to take that element of the movie too seriously. Alongside her film criticism, Heigl withdrew from Emmy consideration for Grey's Anatomy, stating she did not feel that I was given the material this season to warrant an Emmy nomination. This decision damaged her relationship with creator Shonda Rhimes. Throughout the backlash, her reputation transformed from "she's ungrateful" to "she's difficult" to "she's unprofessional." The public shaming affected her mental health so severely, she told her family, "I would rather be gone." Number 19. Cuba Gooding Jr. Cuba Gooding's reputation collapsed when authorities revealed he had been accused of committing sexual misconduct against more than 30 women. These allegations primarily involved groping, unwanted kissing, and inappropriate behavior in social settings such as bars and nightclubs. Notably, in 2019, Kelsey Harbert claimed he groped her breast at Magic Hour Rooftop Bar and Lounge near Times Square. In 2022, Gooding pleaded guilty to 1 count of forcible touching, thereby avoiding jail time. Instead, he completed 6 months of alcohol and behavioral counseling, after which his charge was downgraded to a non-criminal misconduct violation. In the aftermath, he expressed that reading headlines that are just simply not true took an emotional toll. As a consequence of his tarnished image, major studios distanced themselves, effectively blacklisting the actor who had won an Academy Award for Jerry Maguire in 1997. Number 18. Rob Schneider. Once identifying as a lifelong Democrat, Rob Schneider switched to the Republican Party in 2013, stating that the Democratic supermajority no longer serves the people of this great state. His controversial views include opposition to childhood vaccinations and support for Donald Trump's presidential campaigns. In a 2023 comedy special, he revealed voting for Trump multiple times in 2016. Schneider openly acknowledges his blacklisting, telling Daily Mail, "Hollywood doesn't want any controversy at all because they don't make decisions based on what the best movie is." He attributes his career decline to executives' fears that his outspoken nature might threaten their employment. On one podcast, Schneider revealed a viral tweet following Hillary Clinton's 2016 loss marked the beginning of his industry exile. Number 17. Stacey Dash. Best known for her role in Clueless, Stacey Dash transformed from actress to political firebrand when she pivoted to commentary in 2014. After publicly endorsing Mitt Romney in 2012, Dash joined Fox News as a contributing commentator. Throughout her tenure, she made inflammatory remarks that ignited controversy. By 2018, Dash openly acknowledged her blacklisting, telling The Guardian, "I've been blacklisted. I don't even get to auditions." In 2021, she attempted to distance herself from her Fox persona, admitting she had been the angry, conservative black woman. Currently, she hopes to rebuild her acting career. Number 16. Richard Gere. First and foremost among actors blacklisted for political activism, Richard Gere's career trajectory changed dramatically due to his support for Tibet. As a practicing Tibetan Buddhist and longtime friend of the Dalai Lama, Gere has advocated for Tibet's independence for decades. His activism began making waves at the 1993 Academy Awards when he went off script while presenting, criticizing China's horrendous human rights situation in Tibet. This speech resulted in a 20-year ban from the Oscars ceremony. His commitment intensified over time. In 2007, he called for a boycott of the Beijing Olympics. Even now, Gere continues his advocacy through two foundations, the International Campaign for Tibet and the Gere Foundation. Given these constraints, Gere pivoted to independent cinema. His last mainstream Hollywood film was Nights in Rodanthe, nearly a decade ago. Behind the glamour and flashing cameras, Hollywood has rules, and some actors learned this the hard way. The 30 blacklisted stars we're about to uncover weren't just unlucky. Their choices, controversies, or clashes with powerful figures left them on the industry's Do Not Hire list. Keep watching, because some of these stories are stranger than fiction. Number 15. Isaiah Washington. A single controversial moment on the set of Grey's Anatomy dramatically reshaped Isaiah Washington's acting career, leaving lasting scars on everyone involved. The controversy erupted in 2006 during a heated argument with Patrick Dempsey that sort of exploded and turned physical. Throughout this altercation, Washington used a homophobic slur that many believed referenced co-star T.R. Knight. The situation worsened when Washington repeated the slur backstage at the Golden Globes, while denying he ever said it originally. Throughout the backlash, ABC issued a statement that his actions were unacceptable. In response, Washington apologized. "I can neither defend nor explain my behavior. I've asked for help." Regardless of his apology, ABC terminated him in 2007. Show creator Shonda Rhimes later revealed, "Every Grey's actor is still traumatized by that incident." Number 14. Tobey Maguire. Spider-Man trilogy star Tobey Maguire's disappearance from Hollywood's spotlight was not a sudden event, but a gradual fade driven by multiple factors. After Spider-Man 3 wrapped in 2007, Maguire noticeably pulled back from major roles. Throughout the next decade, he appeared in merely a handful of films, including brief appearances in Tropic Thunder and more substantial roles in Brothers, and The Great Gatsby. Behind the scenes, Maguire's reputation suffered from allegations of difficult behavior. His underground poker activities generated negative publicity after Poker Princess Molly Bloom's memoir described him making players bark like a seal for chips. Hence, Maguire pivoted to producing through his company Material Pictures. Number 13. Lindsay Lohan. Lindsay Lohan's story is one of early stardom meeting personal struggles that Hollywood couldn't forgive. She became a household name as a child star with films like The Parent Trap and Mean Girls, earning both critical praise and a devoted fan base. But behind the scenes, Lohan's life spiraled out of control. Multiple arrests for DUIs, theft charges, and stints in rehab painted her as unreliable in the eyes of studio executives. Directors and producers feared insurance complications, and casting offers for major films dried up, effectively blacklisting her from mainstream Hollywood. Lohan herself later admitted that the pressure, combined with constant media scrutiny, led to personal breakdowns that compounded her professional struggles. Despite her absence from big-budget films, she occasionally appeared in smaller independent projects, TV specials, and reality programming, attempting to maintain a career while dealing with her past. Number 12. Danny Masterson. Danny Masterson's career was abruptly derailed by allegations of sexual assault spanning nearly a decade, forever changing the trajectory of a once promising Hollywood actor. Best known for his role as Stephen Hyde on That 70s Show, Masterson was celebrated for his comedic timing and charm. But in 2017, multiple women came forward accusing him of sexual misconduct, leading Netflix to terminate his contract on The Ranch and remove him from the show entirely. Beyond legal ramifications, the allegations created a powerful stigma. Studios and casting directors largely avoided him, fearing both public backlash and liability, effectively blacklisting him from the industry. While Masterson's lawyers have vigorously contested the allegations, the damage to his reputation is profound. For years, he has been absent from mainstream productions, and his attempts at independent work have been minimal and largely under the radar. Number 11. Rose McGowan. Rose McGowan's exile from mainstream Hollywood was less about scandal than it was about speaking truth to power. After surviving Harvey Weinstein's abuse, she became a leading voice in the #MeToo movement in 2017, publicly naming him and other powerful figures in Hollywood. Her courage, however, came with professional consequences. Many studios and executives reportedly labeled her difficult for her willingness to confront entrenched systems of abuse and refused to cast her in major films or television projects. McGowan herself acknowledged that her activism made her a target and that the industry was resistant to actors who were outspoken about its darkest secrets. Despite this, she pivoted toward writing, directing, and producing, using independent films and podcasts as platforms for her advocacy and storytelling. Today, McGowan is no longer chasing Hollywood's traditional approval, but remains a prominent figure in media and activism. She continues to champion survivors' rights and to critique Hollywood's systemic issues, demonstrating that blacklisting can sometimes amplify a voice rather than silence it. Her career, though removed from mainstream cinema, is now defined by influence and social impact rather than box office success. Number 10. Edward Furlong. Edward Furlong captured global attention as the young John Connor in Terminator 2, Judgment Day, a role that made him one of the most recognizable child actors of the early 90s. However, his personal life increasingly overshadowed his talent. Furlong struggled with substance abuse, multiple arrests, and allegations of domestic violence, all of which painted him as a high-risk hire in Hollywood. Directors and studios were hesitant to work with someone whose off-screen behavior threatened production schedules and insurance coverage, effectively blacklisting him from leading roles. By the late 2000s, Furlong's appearances were limited to small independent films and bit parts, never regaining the mainstream attention he once commanded. Despite sporadic attempts at comebacks, his struggles with addiction and the media's focus on his past actions have continued to hinder his career. Today, Furlong occasionally acts in independent films and small streaming projects, often reflecting publicly on his personal journey and the consequences of fame at a young age. While the blockbuster opportunities of his youth are long gone, he persists in maintaining a presence in the industry on his own terms, a cautionary tale of talent, overshadowed by personal missteps. Number 9. Charlie Hunnam. Charlie Hunnam's rise to fame through Sons of Anarchy positioned him as a leading man in both television and film, including roles in Pacific Rim and King Arthur, Legend of the Sword. Yet, Hunnam's career faced informal blacklisting due to reports of difficult behavior on set and his willingness to reject roles that he felt were creatively limiting. Though he never engaged in criminal or scandalous behavior, his outspoken nature and strong opinions about the projects he accepted reportedly made studios wary. This caution effectively kept him from landing consistent blockbuster roles for years. Today, Hunnam selectively chooses projects that allow him to exercise creative freedom, often in independent films or streaming projects where artistic control is respected. While he may not dominate Hollywood's commercial sphere, he maintains credibility as a serious actor who prioritizes craft over fame, quietly cultivating a career that emphasizes quality rather than quantity. Hunnam's experience demonstrates that in Hollywood, even talented actors can be sidelined if their personal standards clash with studio expectations. Number 8. Winona Ryder. Winona Ryder's career was abruptly derailed following her 2001 shoplifting arrest, which became a media frenzy and cast a shadow over her professional reputation. Though the legal consequences were minor, Hollywood studios perceived her as a liability, with insurers and producers hesitant to hire someone associated with scandal. The result was an informal blacklist that reduced her presence in leading roles for nearly a decade. Despite this, Ryder gradually rebuilt her career through supporting roles in films, and most notably, her starring role in Netflix's Stranger Things, which reintroduced her to mainstream audiences. Today, Ryder enjoys both critical acclaim and public affection, balancing nostalgic reverence for her early work with new opportunities in television and film. Her trajectory underscores the fragility of public image in Hollywood, where a single incident can derail a career, but careful reinvention and persistence can restore reputation over time. Number 7. Rose Byrne. Rose Byrne faced a quieter form of Hollywood exile due to her reputation for being outspoken and unyielding on set. While her talent in films like Bridesmaids and Spy is unquestionable, Byrne reportedly clashed with directors over creative choices and production decisions, leading to whispers of being difficult in industry circles. Studios often interpret such reputations as risky, limiting her opportunities in major franchise projects despite her popularity and box office success. Consequently, she experienced a slowdown in high-profile film offers during the mid-20s, though she remained active in independent films and streaming projects. Today, Byrne carefully selects roles that allow for creative collaboration and artistic integrity, avoiding projects that might compromise her values. Her career trajectory illustrates how Hollywood's informal blacklisting mechanism often operates silently, not through scandal or wrongdoing, but through perceived attitude, showing that even highly talented actors can face setbacks simply for advocating for their creative vision. Imagine going from being the face of Hollywood to a name nobody mentions. That's the reality for these 30 actors. In this list, we'll uncover why Hollywood crossed them off and how some of them fought to reclaim their lives. Some triumphs, some tragedies, all fascinating. Number 6. Lindsay Price. Lindsay Price, known for soap operas like Beverly Hills, 90210, and Pepper Dennis faced an industry slowdown due to outspoken criticism of network executives and production decisions. While Price was respected for her talent, her willingness to publicly challenge the status quo led to whispers that she was difficult to work with, and her opportunities on mainstream television and film diminished. Studios became hesitant to cast her, and major projects passed her by. Despite the setback, Price pivoted to smaller independent projects and digital media, maintaining a presence in the industry while prioritizing creative control and professional autonomy. Today, she continues to act selectively and is involved in developing behind-the-camera projects. Price's experience highlights how speaking out against inequities or challenging authority in Hollywood can result in informal blacklisting, where talent alone isn't enough to guarantee continued career momentum. Number 5. Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson's fall from favor in Hollywood stemmed from a combination of legal troubles and inflammatory public statements. In 2006, after a DUI arrest, Gibson made anti-Semitic remarks that sparked widespread condemnation. Over the years, additional incidents, including accusations of domestic violence, cemented his image as a volatile figure. Studios and producers were unwilling to take the risk of working with him, effectively blacklisting him despite his proven box office appeal. Gibson spent years outside mainstream acting, though he found a path back into the industry as a director, earning critical acclaim for Hacksaw Ridge in 2016. Today, while he occasionally acts, his roles are limited, and Hollywood remains cautious, preferring to collaborate with him behind the camera rather than cast him as a lead. Gibson's trajectory illustrates how public behavior and personal controversies can eclipse even decades of professional success. Number 4. Armie Hammer. Armie Hammer's career implosion in 2021 was swift and severe. Once a rising Hollywood star, known for roles in Call Me by Your Name and The Social Network, Hammer faced allegations of sexual misconduct and abuse that circulated on social media. Graphic messages and accounts from multiple women prompted studios to halt projects and sever ties, including the cancellation of Shotgun Wedding. His agency dropped him, leaving him professionally isolated. Unlike actors blacklisted for attitude or outspoken views, Hammer's blacklisting stemmed directly from public allegations and perceived personal danger, leading to near-total industry exile. Today, Hammer largely avoids the public eye, with sporadic indie projects representing his only professional activity. His case exemplifies how social media allegations, even before convictions, can end careers overnight in Hollywood, with reputational damage often impossible to repair. Number 3. Taryn Manning. Taryn Manning became widely recognized for her role as Tiffany Pennsatucky Doggett on Orange is the New Black. Yet her career outside the series suffered due to a combination of personal struggles, legal issues, and outspoken commentary about Hollywood culture. Known for her honesty and willingness to challenge industry norms, Manning was labeled unreliable or difficult by some executives, causing her to be passed over for mainstream film and television roles. She also experienced arrests and personal controversies that reinforced this perception. Manning pivoted to music and independent projects, often performing and releasing her own material to maintain visibility. Today, she continues to act selectively, focusing on independent film, music, and creative ventures where she maintains control. Number 2. James Franco. James Franco's career fell dramatically after allegations of sexual misconduct and inappropriate behavior with students and on set emerged. Franco, once celebrated for his versatility across independent films, blockbusters, and teaching, faced lawsuits and widespread public criticism. Studios became wary of associating with him, leading to a de facto blacklist in mainstream Hollywood. Although Franco attempted to reinvent himself through directing, producing, and indie projects, his acting opportunities in high-profile films diminished. He maintained a presence in smaller, often experimental projects and streaming platforms, but never fully regained his former mainstream status. Today, Franco continues to work selectively, blending teaching, creative endeavors, and independent film. His trajectory demonstrates how legal and ethical controversies can eclipse talent, rendering even celebrated actors professionally vulnerable. Number 1. Felicity Huffman. Felicity Huffman's involvement in the 2019 college admissions scandal instantly transformed her public and professional image. Convicted for paying to inflate her daughter's SAT scores, Huffman served a brief prison sentence and faced immense public outrage. Studios, once eager to cast her in high-profile roles, now saw her as a liability, and her career opportunities in mainstream television and film nearly vanished. Although she has since resumed acting, the roles are limited, and her projects are generally low-profile or independent. Huffman has also focused on philanthropy and advocacy for education reform, attempting to rehabilitate her public image. Her story is a cautionary tale. Even established, award-winning actors can experience dramatic professional consequences from personal decisions, and Hollywood's memory can be unforgiving. With this, we have come to the end of this video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, do well to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. To enjoy more thrilling stories, click now on the following video that pops up on your screen.